football on EA Sports. Today we'll see a team that can get it done on the ground. The Dolphins lead the league in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against the Texans, who will need to be stout up front.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. So a first quarter sack. And remember, keep in mind, he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them. Maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check 50. Check 50.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
On third down, it's Prescott. And it's caught by Parker. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. A first down carry by Elliott. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
A carry for Foreman. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Chance there from long distance to get our first points on the board. How close was it to getting there? Pretty darn close.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. A big hit. Knocked out sideways. Right at the 20. Second down now after the pass completion.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Raekwon McMillan not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
Back 99,
He'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Matthews. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, that's Paul. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along, or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Prescott now on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete. But come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, on those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is, but he eats up ground and he usually goes up and gets it.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now back to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Well, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Being chased out left and avoids the contact by sliding. A 10-yard pickup. And it's enough for a Dolphins first down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this.
Crunch. Go to 54. Go to 54. Check 4. Check 9. Kill.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught at the 10. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. It's a big play there for Miami. 49 yards. Now Elliott. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have tied it. Now they can take the lead with the extra point. And his kick is right through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well, all right? If you're kicking field goals, that's great, but your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tough.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They'll run with Foreman. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Watching that Barney. Hurry up, here we go. Watching that Barney.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. 3-19.
Shift together here from the D-line. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league. And before we could even hear from Larry, we're back and ready to go in Week 5. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
36.
Now Foreman. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Houston. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Prescott from the gun. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They run again with Foreman, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Second down and a little ways to go here. Second and 13. Elliott running right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to bring up a third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. 3rd and short yardage. Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 30. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And he's got it up and through. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 76 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
And a handoff to Matthews. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll look to throw here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
10th carry now for Elliott. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Texans on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15. He'll drop to throw, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. And out come the Dolphins now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
2nd down, Prescott. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead is now 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. They'll look to throw. Left side, it's Dorsett. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Here's Prescott. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope. Yeah. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now they try the right side here. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having to...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 38, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. A give to Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now Prescott, he almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. The Dolphins on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Well, Prescott here to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 13. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision...
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Dak Prescott, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The offense on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and goal. Going with a short yardage man, Gronkowski. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. Prescott down. And some strong running. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Miami, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home.